All right, I will call this meeting to order at 6:27. Is there anyone in the audience that would like to approach the EDA? All right, moving on. Next is approve the minutes from December 19th.
Motion to approve.
We have a motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? None. All those in favor state by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed. Motion carries. All right, financial reports. We have the December 31st, 2016 financial reports. I know we've had some conversation about this in the past.
It's cleaned up, Mr. President.
And we will need a motion.
You will notice that there is no deferred revenue or notes receivable at this current point in time. I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay, we have a motion to approve.
Second.
We have a second. Any discussion? Thank you, Councilor Jacksoff, for
Well, I didn't do
looking
it,
into
I just met with, I didn't actually do the work.
All right. All right, any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor state by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
The accolades go to Lisa.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, next we have
Katie.
Petey. Why do I keep calling her Lisa? Because I'm old. I guess. I'm sorry about that.
Next we have to adopt the resolution approving the accounts payable. We have a motion to approve. We have a second.
There is none. There is none. So I'm not sure we need a motion.
We don't even need a motion then. All right, next, approve easement with Exhibit A. Ken?
Mr. President, members of the EDA, I just want to draw your attention to an easement that was prepared and revised by the city attorney. I've asked Dave Serrano to be here in the event that there's any questions, but just for some background information, the Great Northern Transmission Line, which runs across northern Minnesota, there's two of our parcels that have a small sliver of real estate that's affected by their 200-foot easement. And so Minnesota Power had drafted an easement through their consulting company and had submitted it to us, and we made some significant revisions to it. Dave contributed to the review of that and changed the legal description in the easement. That was communicated through the city attorney. The city attorney had made some changes. Steve Shimon had made some appropriate changes. We sent it to him last week, and I got an email confirmation just prior to the meeting that they're okay with signing it as it's been revised. So we'd be looking for the EDA to document with the two attached Exhibit A's, and it shows the two separate parcels, and both of the areas where the easement impacts the properties are shown. It's a small triangle in there for both of them. And it looks like they've made the appropriate changes to the description that David asked for, and they're comfortable with the easement. So we need a EDA approval on the easement. We'll sign it, authorize the president and treasurer to sign it, and then we'll forward it to them right away, and they want to start work on clearing as soon as January 23rd.
I would move approval of the easement on the two parcels and the authorization for the chair and treasurer to sign the necessary papers and to be sent to on the Great Northern Transmission Line.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion, second. Any discussion?
Yeah, you know, does the city get any property taxes from this? No.
Not the city, but the county will get a significant.
But if it's in the city, then we do too, don't we?
Not in the city, it's outside of the city.
Oh, that's right, we have it
EDA
annexed.
property that was purchased for wetland credits, and there's a conservation easement over it, and it's also, the easement language itself is subject to the Board of Water and Soil Resources approval and the Corps of Engineers, which verbally they've indicated they will do. They can't sign it until we sign it, so.
So if we had annexed that property, we would be getting property taxes.
Well, this is way out in the woods. Way out.
Still, I past Birchdale.
Oh,
It's close to the city limits, but not quite yet.
all right.
Do you have anything to add?
Close to my hug track.
No, I would just concur with it.
Oh, is it true the county's going to get some bucks from this?
The county could, although there is legislation in to end that on transmission lines and pipelines.
What?
I assume that the companies,
Don't want to pay it.
yeah, would prefer not to. Now, whether that'll pass, I just tell you that I know that there is legislation in that.
Well, we wouldn't, yeah, right.
But right now, the county does stand to have an opportunity to gain some hundreds
But
of
then be less of a burden on the rest of us.
Right.
I mean, and of course, we wouldn't want MP to pay.
All right, any other discussion? Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any other discussion?
Hey, you should have their benefits, the people that work for MP, you know?
All right, hearing none. All those in favor state by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Okay, other business, it just missed on the agenda. We need to have an election of officers for the EDA. So we need to have a motion for president.
Harley Droba is president.
I'll second.
I won't accept.
What?
I have a lot of stuff. I just took another full-time job. I cannot accept this for
Are
another
you
year.
working for Nerds Do Things?
But I'm willing to take the vice president role, but I can't do the president again.
Nominate Brian Briggs for president of the International Falls Economic Development Authority.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Okay. Any other nominations?
Nominate, oh wait,
Gotta vote on.
vote on this first.
Hearing no other nominations?
I would move a motion of acclamation for Brian Briggs as president of the International Falls Economic Development Authority.
Do we have a second? All those in favor, say by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Next is vice president.
Well, you already said you'll do it, so I'll nominate you.
Okay, I will accept that nomination. Do you have a second?
Second.
Okay. Other nominations? Any other nominations? Hearing no more nominations, nominations will close.
Move a motion of acclamation for election of Harley Droba as vice president of the International Falls Economic Development Authority.
Second.
Second. All those in favor state by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Treasurer.
I'm the only one left standing unless you want the mayor.
Second.
Okay.
All right, any other nominations? Any other nominations? Hearing none, nominations will close.
Move a motion of acclamation for election of Exxon as the treasurer for the International Falls Economic Development Authority.
Second.
Second, all those in favor state by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Any other business?
Move that we have the city administrator Ken Anderson act as the secretary for the Economic Development Authority.
Second.
Make that an appointment.
Okay.
We have a secretary, but he's the acting secretary, right?
A motion and a second.
I think
for
that's
Ken.
the way it goes.
I think it gives us latitude of appointing someone under the legislation.
Right now, I believe Cynthia is also the secretary and the treasurer. The assistant treasurer is Betty Bergstrom, and I have no formal with the EDA.
Come on,
Today,
take
so-
minutes.
We normally have Lisa do that, but she's got a sick child tonight, and rather than having another staff person up here and leaving one person down in the office alone, I just said I would do it tonight.
And then as far as treasurer goes, just to be clear,
Hold on, we have a motion and a second for Ken as the secretary,
as the administrator,
as the administrative secretary.
And then I may add Betty Bergstrom as the assistant treasurer.
right? And those are the people that are actually doing the work.
All right. Any other nominations on that? Hearing none, nominations close.
I think we can make an appointment, so.
Oh, make an appointment. Do we have those names for the appointment? Any other discussion? All those in favor, state by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
The other one, do we have to appoint a legal help?
I don't know, they have to do it on an annual basis. The charter requires it every 2 years for legal services. But I don't know that we do as an EDA.
All right, any other business to come before the EDA?
I think we can employ anyone such as Anu or anyone to work on EDA.
All right, hearing none, we'll adjourn.